I think this is one of the bigger events of the offseason so far, because what it communicates to me some confidence in Doug Marrone and Caldwell, but more than anything, that Tom Coughlin was the problem. Yeah. Like, this is such an indictment on Tom Coughlin. They're going to keep everybody on a team that has frankly underachieved over the past couple of years. They're going to keep all the important decision makers and try to give them an honest chance. This suggests to me that Shad Khan believes that Tom Coughlin was undermining them, that Tom Coughlin was the problem all along, and that's a heck of an indictment for a two-time Super Bowl champion coach.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you look, I think you pointed out last week, talking about this very situation down in Jacksonville. You got Jalen Ramsey, who was upset with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Dante Fowler Jr., who was upset. Yannick Ngakoue doesn't have a contract. Right. So everyone looked at Tom Coughlin. Yeah, he was up there in the box, but they still looked at him as this imposing figure all over the head coach.
Don't forget about. I'm sorry, I know you got some stuff too, Acho, but he's stuck with Blake Bortles year after year. No disrespect to Blake Bortles, he may have success further in his career, but there was no reason when there were free agent quarterbacks available to not make a decision, and there were draftable quarterbacks available. No one talks about how they passed on Lamar Jackson too. There was lots of quarterbacks that they could have taken, and he wasn't interested in that.
I think to your point, Nick, what the Jags are saying is, all right, let's look at this math equation. You had Tom Coughlin, you had the general manager, you had Caldwell, and you had the head coach and Doug Marrone. If you get rid of everybody, you can't identify who was the problem.
Right.
But to Nick's point, it's like, okay, well, let's look at Marrone and let's look at Caldwell minus Coughlin. Now let's look at results. Now, Marrone, he really doesn't have a great argument to be kept. Outside of that distant season in 2017, it looks very distant now when they got first in the AFC South. They finished with 5 wins and 6 wins in the last 2 years. But I understand not wanting to overhaul things, especially now. It is a challenging coaching market because there are a lot of vacancies.
I think the thing here is you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars and probably Shad Khan looking at it. Look, not that long ago, we were like a couple plays away from being in the Super Bowl, winning in Foxborough. So when he's, like I said, looking at it from a macro perspective, who's the biggest culprit in this whole thing? Coughlin. Yeah. And that's what all the players point to one guy.
It's so bad because the point you made about not having a great argument to keep Marrone is why it is such a slap in the face to Tom Coughlin, because you can't put together an argument to keep Doug Marrone. Your argument is Tom Coughlin killed us. Everybody here was fine, but Tom Coughlin, once he leaves, we're going to get better immediately. Like, you have an opportunity to go clean slate and start over with something new, and they just said, that guy, you ruined everything. You undercut us building this team. You undercut us winning as many games as we should have. And if you get out, we don't need to change anything. We don't need to go get a quarterback. We don't need to go hire anybody else. We just need to get you the hell out the building. Now all of a sudden we'll be better.
Here is what I will say in the day and age of getting rid of coaches like it's a new pair of shoes. Just let me get a new one. Let me get a new one. I respect this decision because it does try to give some credence to let's see what we really got in the head coach. Yeah. Let's see what we really have talent-wise on the roster. Because the Jaguars could have done what might actually have been the easy decision and said, oh, we were terrible again. Let's change coaches. Instead they said, nah, let's stick it out and see if there's success on the other side.
They're doing this like a scientific experiment. Like, this is the scientific method where we're like, all right, let's take out this one variable and let's see what happens. So that puts a lot of pressure on Marrone because they underachieve again next year. They're like, you can't point to nobody
but yourself.
But you can point to nobody but yourself, and you can go ahead and point yourself right out this door.
Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.